Hello students, welcome back to the math class. Today we are going to start from question number 11. In the last session I have covered till question number 10 of type number 4. In this type already we have covered the definitions and the applications of union and intersection of two sets. And then later on I have explained you the difference between the difference between two set and the symmetric difference between the two sets. Okay, so now we shall see the question number 11 and then later on we shall see the complement of the set also. Today we shall cover up all the questions of type number 4. So question number 11, what we have given here? We have given that if A and B are two sets such that A is a subset of B, then we need to find out the value of A union B, A intersection B and value of A minus B. Remember, here we shall take the elements in set A and B in such a way it fulfill the given condition. Then accordingly we need to see what can be the value of A union B, A intersection B and A minus B. Okay, so we have to generalize the given concept. However, we shall generalize the given concept with the help of certain values. So for example, suppose if I take the value of set A is equal to, because I need to take the values of set A and B in such a way A will be a subset of B. So suppose if I take A is equal to 1, 2 and 3. Okay. Similarly, if I take B is equal to, suppose 1, 2, 4, one value if I leave here 1, 2, 4 and then 5. Suppose if I take, sorry, 3 also required because A is subset of B, that is compulsory told to us. So I will take 1, 2, 3, then 4 and then 5. Okay, because we have given that A is a subset of B. So as you can see, all the elements of set A coming in the set B over here. So here the condition is fulfilled. Now we need to find out the value of A union B. So let us see the part number 1. A union B they are asking. So you know that in the case of union, we write down the element of the first set. First set is A. So I will write down its all element, that is 1, 2 and 3, and then you see the remaining elements of set B I will write down which has not mentioned up till now. So 1, 2, 3 since already mentioned, so I will write down this one as 4, 5, the remaining element of B. Okay, means in finding the union, first we write down the element of all the set of first set. Okay, and then from the second set we take only those elements which has not mentioned up till now. But now you see, if I write down this all elements, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is actually equal to set B. So here I can say that therefore A union B is equal to, we can say is equal to B over there. Similarly, now let us see the A intersection B, means we shall find out the common element between A and B. Between A and B, who are the common element? 1, 2 and 3, and 1, 2, 3 is equal to set A. So here we can say that therefore A intersection B is equal to, we can say it is A. Right, now similarly let us see the last part, then we shall generalize our concept. So here they are asking A minus B. See what is the value of A I have. If I write down here once again, so A is given to us as 1, 2, 3, and what is B given to us here? B is given as 1, 2, 3, then 4 and then 5. Now I need to find out here A minus B. So to find out the subtraction, you know that first we cancel the common elements. So 1 will be cancelled, 2 and 2 will be cancelled, and 3 and 3 will be cancelled. After cancelling the common elements, we write down the remaining element of set first. So who is my first set here? A. So A And now in A, whatever the elements are remaining, that we shall write down. So one thing you observe, now in A, there is nothing remain over here. Okay. So see, if I cancel the common element, then in A and B, after cancelling the common element, in A nothing is remaining. So I can say that A minus B is equal to 5. However, B minus A will not have the same result, because in B remaining is 4 comma 5. So B minus A is equal to 4 comma 5 if they ask, but they are asking A minus B only. Now see how we can generalize this concept. We can say that if A is subset of B, then we can say that first part, A union B. Okay, you can see the result. A union B will be always equal to B. Second part, we can say that A intersection B will be equal to A. And third part, I can say the A minus B. Remember, here we can't take B minus A. A minus B is equal to 5. So this will be our general rule now. If one set is a subset of another, say A is a subset of B, then their union will be always equal to B, means the second set. Their intersection will be equal to the first set, means A, and the subtraction from the first set to the second set will be equal to 5, means A minus B will be equal to 5 over here. Okay, so now this is the concept, this is the rule, we can say, which can be utilized in some other questions. So that's why this question we have done it. There are many rules are given in the set theory, so that we can implement in many other questions given to us. So let us see now some definitions that we need to cover up. So here some definitions I am taking it now. First definition is of disjoint set. Disjoint set means what actually? If two set intersection is equal to 5, then we say that two sets are disjoint. As you can see, the two sets are said to be disjoint if the value of A intersection B is equal to 5. For example, suppose if I say sorry, A is equal to, if I say A is equal to 1, 2, 3, and if I say B is equal to A, comma B, comma C. So now you observe between A and B, their intersection is equal to 5, right? So A intersection B, here we can say that coming equal to 5. So these kind of set are called as disjoint set. Similarly, let us see the second definition. The second definition is given here as complement of a set. So complement, normally complement we can assume as a wishes over there, but here complement is a different case. See, suppose if I have a universal set. Universal set, I have explained you, a set which include all the elements of the subsequent set. Means for example, if I have a set U, suppose I have a set U having the element 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, for example, then I have a set A who is having the element 2, 3, B I have the element 1, 4, 5, and C I have the element that is 2, 4, 5. So observe, U contain all the elements of set A, set B and set C. So we can say that U is an universal set of A, B and C. In the application type, we can say the India is the universal set for the any state of India, like Gujarat, Maharashtra, MP or any other state. Okay, so similarly here also we can define the universal set in this manner. Now come to the point as of complement. Complement means those elements will come in a particular set's complement who doesn't come to in that set but comes in U. I will explain you with the help of one example. Suppose if I say I take the similar kind of example as I have taken here. Suppose if I say let U is equal to A E I O U, set of all vowels. Okay. Now if I take set A is equal to A comma I, and one more if I take, to make a clarity in the concept, B is equal to E comma O comma U. Okay. Now first of all, remember, we denote a complement of a set by putting a dash sign on it. Okay, means A complement, as you can see on A I have put up a dash. So here A complement I am finding here. So A complement is equal to, now remember, A complement will be those elements who are not a part of A but part of U. Means you observe in A who is coming, A and I. So A and I you leave from U. So who is remaining there? E O U. Okay, that is actually equal to B. That is a coincidence. It is not compulsory. It will be equal to the second set. Okay. Similarly, if I try to find out the value of B dash, so B dash is equal to, you take that elements in B dash who is not a part of B but they will lie in U. So that will come only two elements, A comma I. Okay. Similarly, suppose if I define one more set over here, C, that is A comma O, and if I want to find out further the value of C dash, so C dash will be equal to, now C dash, A and O I will delete from U, so remaining is here E, I and then U. Okay, so these are the element of C dash. See the third one, some results on complement of a set. Okay, so here results we are not going to prove because it is not possible to prove all the result right now. As and when required, we shall prove it little later. Okay, so here some results only you need to remember. If you try to find out the complement of a universal set, it comes equal to 5, and if you try to find out the complement of a empty set, it comes equal to universal set. In short, I can tell you how is it possible, because if you try to find out the complement of a universal set, then from the universal set you will subtract all the elements of universal set, right? And if you subtract all the elements of a universal set, then nothing will remain. Similarly, if you try to find out the complement of an empty set, it means that since empty set does not contain any element, so all the elements you will include over there, and since all the elements you will include, it will be equal to the universal set. Similarly, if you try to find out the complement, double complement of any set, for example, you see earlier I found the value of A dash. If I try to find out the value of A double dash, okay, like this, A dash and again one more complement if I try to find out. So see, A dash is equal to E O U. So E O and U, that I will subtract from the universal set. So who will remain here? A comma I, and A comma I is equal to set A. So we can say that A double dash will be equal to A. Similarly, A union A dash, observe the above example. A union A dash will be equal to, see, if I take the complement of A with A union A dash, who is A here? A comma I. So first I will write down the elements of A, that is A comma I. Then I will write down the elements of A dash, that is E, O and then U. Observe, I have taken all the elements of U, A, E, I, O, U. So we can say that A union A dash is equal to U. And if you try to find out between the intersection between the two sets A and A dash, it always comes equal to 5. You can check between A and A dash, there is nothing common. So remember, the intersection between a set and its complement will be always equal to 5. So these are some rules. These rules will be required to be utilized in some upcoming questions. Okay, and this question is given in your textbook also. Now let us see the first question after the definition. I am taking now topic number 4, question number 12. So in the 12th question, see what we have given. Which of the following sets are pair of disjoint set? Justify your answer. So for example, if I look up the part number 1, so A intersection B is equal to, okay, observe between A and B, are you finding any element common? Yes, definitely you are finding 5 is common. Check, 5 is equal to common over there. So we can say that A intersection B is not equal to 5. Sorry, is not equal to 5. So therefore I can say that A comma B is A comma B are sorry A comma B are not disjoint set. Right? Now similarly, let us see the next one, C and D. So if I try to find out C intersection D is equal to, do we have any element common? 1 2 5, and these are 6 7 9 11. So I cannot find out any element common, so I can say that therefore C comma D are disjoint set. Right? Now let us see the part number 3rd. In the third part, see what we have given, that x is a natural number, x is even, and it is below 8. Three conditions we have to follow in the set E. Even, natural number, below 8. So I think first one is 2, second one is 4, then third one is 6. Three elements will come. Similarly, set F is equal to, it is also a set of natural number, but a value of n will be lesser than 4. Means what is the value of n? Could be 1, 2 and 3. So if I put up in 3n the value of n, that will be, first value will be 3, second would be 6 and third will be 9. One by one you put up the value of n is equal to 1, 2 and 3 in 3n. Okay. Now we shall find out the value of E intersection F. So E intersection F is equal to, observe the one element is common, that is 6, and hence we can say that it is not equal to 5. So therefore E comma F are not disjoint set. Okay. Now similarly, let us see the last part, I suppose. Is it last? Let us see. Yes. Sorry, one more part is there. Fine, no problem. We'll do it. So see the part number 4. In the part number 4, x is natural and even. So what can be there in the set G? Set G will be equal to, I think it can be 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on. It will go up till infinite because there is no limitation is given. Okay. And similarly, if I write down set H, that is prime. Okay. So who can be there? 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 and so on. Right. Observe G intersection H. See, there can be, we can say that since the sets are going up till infinite, so there may be possibility some elements could be common. But can we have at least one common element? Because if we get at least one common element, we can say that the sets will not be disjoint. And you see, we got one common element here, that is 2. It is not equal to 5. So we can say that sets are not disjoint set. Okay. Concluding line you can write down by your own. Similarly, x belong to n and x is even. Again, I will write down set G is equal to even number, natural also. So 2, 4, 6, 8 and it will go up till infinite. Similarly, set K is equal to odd number. So 1, 3, 5, 7, and again it will go up till infinite. Now we know that between odd and even number there is nothing common. Okay, prime number it can be common. One common element is there because one number who is even as well as prime. So in the prime number we got one common element, but here there is no common element between the set J and K. It is equal to 5. So we can say that J and K are disjoint set. Okay. Now let us see the next question. Question number 13. So now in 13th question, what we have given? We have given that set U, A, B and C we have given that. We need to find out the value of A dash, B dash, C dash. Okay. So some of the parts I will solve for you. For example, if I try to find out the value of A dash. So A dash, the way I have explained you, subtract the elements of A from U, means 1, 2, 3, 4. We shall subtract, and who will remain here? 5, 6, 7, 8 and then 9. Similarly, look at the value of B dash. In the case of B dash, we shall subtract the element of B from U. So 2, 4, 6 and 8. If I leave, then remaining is here 1, 3, 5, 7 and then 9. In the similar way, please find out the value of C dash by your own. I will see some more remaining parts. B double dash C. B dash, what we got actually? First we write down the value of B dash. See, B dash already we got here 1, 3, 5, 7 and then 9. Now let us find out the value of B double dash. Already we have covered one concept here. If you find out the double complement of any set, it will be equal to the set itself. So B double dash will also come here B, but that we will prove here. Okay, so I will find out the value of B double dash. That is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Complement I am finding it. Means now 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 I will subtract from the set U. So U is actually 1 to 9 elements. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. If I subtract, what will remain over here? It will remain 2, 4, 6 and then 8. Okay, and 2, 4, 6, 8. Is it a given value equal to B? Can we say that? Once we can check. Yes, see the set B over here. Set B is equal to 2, 4, 6, 8. So I can say here set B we got. It is equal to B. So we can say that therefore B double dash means B's complement 2 times will be equal to B. Now similarly part number 5 is given to us. A union B whole dash. Okay. So to find out A union B whole dash, first we shall find out the value of A union B. Directly dash we cannot find out, and see, as you applied in the lower classes, that BODMAS rule, here also we can apply the BODMAS rule. Means we shall simplify the bracket, then we shall go to the term given outside the bracket. So here bracket is applicable on A union B. So first I will find out the value of A union B. First of all, see what is the value of A is given here. A is given I think 1, 2, 3, 4. Once we shall check, yes, A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 and B is equal to 2, 4, 6, 8. So let us write down A union B. First I will mention 1, 2, 3, 4. Now second time I will mention here 2, 4, 6, 8. But 2 and 4 already mentioned. So I will here write down only 6, 8. Now A union B dash we will find out. So A union B dash will be equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. Complement we are finding it. Okay, so these element I will subtract from U. Now in U whose elements are coming here? Which elements are coming? So in U elements are coming 1 to 9. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. If I subtract from U, then in U remaining is 5, 7 and then 9. So I think these three elements will come because 1, 2, 3, 4. After that 5 is missing, 7 is missing and 9 is missing. Same way we can find out the value of A intersection C whole dash. Okay, so let us see this one, A intersection C whole dash. First I will find out A intersection C. Okay, so let us see. A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Once we can check, A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And C is equal to 1, 4, 5, 6. So I think 1 and 4 are common between A and C, right? Because 5 and 6 are here and there 2 and 3 are there that are not common. So here we will write down the common element 1, 4. So let us write down A intersection C is equal to 1, 4. So A intersection C whole dash is equal to 1, 4 dash also we need to find out. Now 1, 4 I will subtract from U. So write down all the elements of U but not 1, 4. So I think it will come 2, 3, 5, then 6, 7, 8 and then 9. Except 1 and 4 I have written all the elements. Similarly, let us see the last part. The last part is B minus C. So let us find out B minus C first. So if I want to find out B minus C, I think B is given as here. If I write down B is equal to 2, 4, 6 and 8. This is the value of B is given. Okay, and I think C is given here as 1, 4, 5 and 6. Once can we check? So B is equal to 2, 4, 6, 8 and C is equal to 1, 4, 5, 6. Right. Now we need to find out B minus C. So to find out a subtraction, first of all cancel the common element. So 4 is common, that I have cancelled. Then 6 is common, that also I have cancelled. Now since the from B I am subtracting, so I will write down the remaining element of B, that is 2, 8. This is a value of B minus C. Now further I need to find out B minus C the whole dash, means I will find out 2, 8 dash. Okay, so here 2, 8, because now since I am finding the B minus C complement, so the element of B minus C I will subtract from the set U. So who are the remaining elements of U in that case? If I subtract 2, 8, remaining is 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and then last one is 9. This will be the value of B minus C the whole dash. Okay, so now I think all the parts are over. Now let us see in the similar way next question. Next question is given as question number 14. So see in the question number 14 what we have given. I am solving the first part for you and the second part I am keeping homework for you. Okay, see we have given that the value of U is equal to A, B, C, D, E, A is equal to A, B, C and B is equal to B, C, D, E. Then we have to verify A union B the whole dash is equal to A dash intersection B dash. Means if you multiply, if you expand the dash symbol on A and B, then symbol of union gets converted into intersection. Okay, this law we called as De Morgan's law. De Morgan was one of the mathematician who has given this law to us, De Morgan's law. Okay, so here we can say that De Morgan's law will be one part is given here and another part is given downside, that is second part. A intersection B the whole dash is equal to A dash union P dash. Okay, so this part you do it by your own as you see the first part and then accordingly you can solve the see the first part, and then accordingly you can solve the second part. Okay, De Morgan's law more we will study in the upcoming sessions. So here let us see how we can find out. First I am taking the left hand side. I will bring the LHS is equal to RHS. So LHS, what I have given here, A union B whole dash, that is given to us as LHS. So first I will find out the union. So what is A here? A comma B comma C. Its union I am finding with B, that is B comma C comma D comma E, and then whole dash is applicable as it is, right? Now first inside we shall find out their union. So A comma B comma C I will write down as it is, and from the second set I will write down those elements which has not written up till now. So B comma C already mentioned, I will write down now D comma E, and now I will find out its complement. Okay, because complement is applicable. So from the set U, A, B, C, D, E, this all elements I subtract from U, then who remain? Because this all are equal to U itself. So we can say that here LHS will remain equal to 5. Now similarly let us see the right hand side. Now right hand side is also required to be proved equal to Y. Okay, so now RHS, what we have given here, A dash intersection B dash. So first what we will do here, we shall find out A dash and B dash, and then afterwards we'll find out their intersection. What is the value of A given to us? A is given here, you can check once. A is equal to A comma B comma C. So A I am writing as A comma B comma C. Their dash I need to find out. Intersection, what is the value of B? I have B comma C comma D and then E, and there also intersection I need to find out over here, right? Now A B C, if I subtract from U, what is U here? A comma B comma C comma D and E. So if ABC I subtract, then remaining is here D comma E. Intersection B comma C comma D comma E, if I subtract from U, then in U remain only A, and you can see the intersection between both of them is equal to 5. So here we can say that LHS is equal to RHS. Since LHS is equal to RHS, therefore we can say that A union B whole dash is equal to A dash intersection B dash. Okay, now in the similar way you try the second part by your own. In the second part, when you take the LHS, first find out the intersection between A and B and then take their complement. Similar way, first in the right hand side, first find out the dash and then take the union. So you will get the answer in the same manner. Okay, now I think I am taking today's last question. This was question number 14, I suppose. Yes, so last question of today's I am taking, that is question number 15. Okay, now they are saying U is the universal set and A is a subset of U. Fill in the blanks. This already actually we have seen in the earlier parts over there. Okay, I told you we shall prove it little later. So let us see what we can fill up. Actually you can fill in the blanks with the help of just property over there. Okay, and if you want to prove it, then also let us see how we can prove. For example, suppose I say U is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 and then 5, and A, if I take here 2 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. Okay, now first what they are asking here, A union A dash. So let us find out the value of A dash also. So what will be the value of A dash here? 1 comma 5, because 2 3 4 I will subtract from the elements of U. So remaining is here 1 comma 5. Now first part, A union A dash. So let us find out the union of A and A dash. So elements of A will be here 2, 3, 4, and then I will write down the element of A dash, that is 1, 5. Okay, and that will be equal to, you can check, it is equal to U. So I can say that A union A dash, A union A dash will be equal to U. Similarly, second part, they are asking here A intersection A dash, right? So A intersection A dash, are you finding anything common between A and A dash? 2, 3, 4 and 1, 5. There is nothing common. So we can say that A intersection A dash will be equal to 5. Always intersection between a set and its complement is always equal to 5. Now third part. In third part, they're asking the intersection between phi dash and A. So first of all, remember phi means nothing, and if you try to find out the complement of phi dash, it will be equal to U always, universal set. Because see, from nothing, if you subtract nothing from the universal set, then all the elements of universal set will remain. For example, see, suppose if I try to find out the complement of A dash, okay, so 2, 3, 4 I am subtracting from U, then remaining element 1 and 5 I have taken as a complement. But in phi there is nothing, there is no element remain, so what you will subtract from U? Nothing you will subtract. Then remaining element of U will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All will remain because nobody has been cancelled over there. So remember, phi dash will be always equal to U. And now if you take further U intersection A. So observe, between U and A, which elements are common? The elements are common, that is 2, 3 and 4. And 2, 3 and 4 is equal to A. So we can say that phi dash intersection A will be equal to always E. Okay. Now similarly, let us see some more parts are given to us. One is given U dash intersection A. Now we shall talk about U dash over here. U dash. See, remember, as we have told, phi dash is equal to U, then U dash will be equal to phi. How is it possible? See, in U, which elements are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So if you try to find out the complement of U, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 you have to subtract from the universal set. Who is the universal set here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically you are subtracting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is the element of U, from the universal set have the element 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 only. So remaining is 5 only over there. So remember, U dash is always equal to 5. And further, if you take phi intersection with A, so between phi means between nothing and the set who is having some element, what can be common? The common will be always phi, because between phi and A there will be nothing common. So here we can say that U dash intersection A will be always equal to phi. Okay, so I hope we have covered all the parts over here. Now the topic number 4 gets over. Now in this chapter we have remained only 2 to 3 topics. One topic is remain here, that is of Venn diagram. Means we need to draw some diagram. There is a graphical representation of the set. That is one topic remain. Second is the theoretical questions are remaining. Means we shall prove the properties of the set. And the third and the most important topic of the chapter, that is application of set theory. Okay, this all fundamental we are studying. So how we can see the application, as you have covered the application last year of linear equation in two variable, quadratic equation, even trigonometry also you have covered the part of application. So in this chapter also we have given some applications. Okay, so that we shall see in at the end of the chapter. So now we can say that 70% of the topic got over, 30% is remaining. So next time we shall study about the Venn diagrams. Okay, thank you.